Hey, is it hard?
Welcome to Breaking the Silence with Arthur, Nick, and Nicole, a podcast that dives deep into stories, struggles, and triumphs of extraordinary individuals. Join me as I explore powerful narratives, uncover hidden truths, and celebrate the voices that refuse to be silenced. Whether it's personal journeys, social issues, or inspiring achievements, the episodes are designed to enlighten, engage, and empower. Get ready for some candid conversations, thought-provoking insights, and a community that believes in the power of speaking out. Let's break the silence together. Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Silence with Arthur, Nick, and Nicole, where you can unleash your inner voice. Today, I'm excited about putting someone in the spotlight once again in the music industry. His name is Romeo. He grew up in PA, but now he resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. When I received his bio, I was like, oh my God, he's done so much great things, and I'm excited about putting him in the spotlight today. So, after his countdown, please welcome Romeo to the Breaking the Silence platform.
Yeah, Romeo, let's get it. I'm pulled up in the club, what we drinking, I'm about to cut a rug. No two-stepping, do you ever plug? We straight talking and no need to fuss, cause we the shit here. Walking like who the fuck? Once you show my rhythm, they know what's up. Get in mess room so I can cut it up. I'm about to tear this fucker up. Cause the party don't start till I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk. Until I walk, until I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk in. And now the party don't start till I walk in. And now the party don't start till I walk. Until I walk, until I walk. Nobody flip it, spin it, move it, dip it.
How you doing?
I'm awesome. How about you?
I'm doing well. So I like to ask these questions in the beginning. Tell
Sure.
everybody a little something about yourself that I haven't said already.
Me, I'm just a guy who enjoys frequency and vibration, and music has always resonated, and it's my sole mission to raise vibrations, especially during these economic times. That's my goal.
Nice. So what made you go into the music industry? How did that journey start?
So the journey started with I started singing out of the womb, to be honest with you. I knew how to sing before I knew how to speak. And my mom will always say this. I used to speak gibberish as a kid. So my language was GB, but I could sing like little hums and here and there and this, that, and the third. She's like, oh, wow, he's singing. And it turns out that my father was in the industry and my great-grandfather was in the industry as well. So my great-grandfather is a Marcel, and he helped write the song Blue Moon. And it's kind of like in my blood. I have uncles who are drummers. I have uncles who are bassists. I have aunts who are singers. And so I started off writing poetry. And this was in middle school when I would write little sonnets and little snippets of things. And eventually they turned into songs. And then I really started taking things seriously when I was 18. That's when I recorded my first track in the studio.
Nice. At 18?
Yeah, 18. Yeah.
So how would you describe your genre of music? If somebody said, you know what, I want to listen to your music, but what is your music like? How would you describe it?
My music is alternative, urban, soul, R&B, and hip hop. And what I mean by alternative is that I've always resonated to different types of sounds. And so you're not going to, like, sometimes I might do something to a boom bap beat or something that's more EDM sounding, but making it more correspond to me. Because I think that music shouldn't be, people shouldn't be pigeonholed to one category, into one box. And I feel like in today's age, especially in the market of music, there's the expansion is real. So there's so many different things that one can do. So I really am an enigma of sorts, and we'll get to that later on in the interview.
Wow, I mean, I love it. So, who was some of your earlier musical influences coming up?
All right, so the first album I ever listened to cover to cover would be NWA's "Niggas for Life." That was my introduction into music, and to be honest with you, I was way too young for the content that was on the record, but the record was hitting.
Exactly.
Record was hitting. Yeah, it would be NWA, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Lauryn Hill, Fugees, and then being in Pittsburgh, we kind of were raised in, well, my household, we kind of listened to everything. So I could hear Dave Matthews Band and then hear Maxwell and then hear Bone Thugs and Harmony and then hear De La Soul and then it flip flops. So it definitely went through a large catalog of people.
Right. Right. I can see what makes you unique, but to everyone else in the world, what would make you stand out from all these artists that we have now?
I'm different, but I'm different in I follow my heart and I follow the vibrations that come to me. Like when it comes to songwriting, I would always consider that to be my first love and my first passion. And when I hear an instrumental or if I hear a beat or anything that has been orchestrated, if I can write to it within 3 minutes, then I know that it's for me. And that's kind of the God in me resonating with the God in whoever has created the instrumental, and we're coming together. And it's just a beautiful blend. And I love that.
So what is your songwriting process like? Most people when they write, they have to be in a quiet area or they have to have some music playing. So what is your process like?
Honestly, it can vary. So it has to resonate to me. Like the instrumental that I'm listening to and that I'm writing to, it has to speak to me. It has to speak to my mind, to my heart, and to every single chakra that I have. And once those things are aligned, it doesn't matter if there's a lot of noise or there's not, I can basically write to it because I'm focused on the frequency that I'm hearing versus what's around me. So mood setting can be cool, but be honest, I've written songs on buses, I've written songs in planes, I've written songs in my bedroom, like in the comfort of my bed, on a computer, iPads, cell phone, texting things to myself. Yeah, so it just varies. It really varies.
Nice. So we're gonna get into your first song. I'm gonna play a snippet of it to give everybody a little idea of what you're about, and we're gonna come back and talk about your vision behind that song.
Work.
All right.
Yeah, Romeo, let's get it. I'm pulled up in the club, what we drinking, I'm about to cut a rug. No two-stepping, do you ever plug? We straight talking and no need to fuss, cause we the shit here. Walking like who the fuck? Watch you show my rhythm, they know what's up. Get in messy room so I can cut it up. I'm about to tear this fucker up. Cause the party don't start till I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk. Until I walk, until I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk in. And now the party don't start till I walk in. And now the party don't start till I walk. Until I walk, until I walk. Nobody flip it, spin it, move it, dip it, blow take backs, swipe it, get it. See that mark, watch me hit it.
So you said the party don't start until you walk.
Until I walk in. Until I walk in. And I feel like
So,
everybody should feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
so what is the vision behind that song? How did that start? What was like when you actually wrote that song?
It just started with I'm a partier. I love to go to parties and I love house parties specifically, you know. And when the music would hit and I have a few drinks in me, like I can't stop. I just can't stop moving. That's a part of expression. And so I just feel like that's innate in us as indigenous people. Like we just go with the vibes and with the flows of the music. And if it speaks to us, then it speaks to us. And I wanted uh, it's a song to remind myself, but it's also a song to remind other people that you're the shit. So when you go into a space and you walk into a space, like the party don't start till you walk in it. Like till you make the event, you make anything and everything that you're in. So it's definitely about being confident, stepping into your own shoes, and just feeling your judge. You know, just the
Love
party don't start till you walk in. Like period. Like
Love it. I always ask all artists, what is the most important element in music when it comes to the lyrics or the beat? Which one do you think is the most important? That's really gonna reach your audience.
as a writer, I got to go with the lyrics. I got to go with the lyrics, even though the lyrics are inspired by the instrumental. It's the lyrics that people chant. It's the lyrics in the hook that really reels people in. So if you're able to cook it up in a way to where people want seconds and thirds,
I mean, me personally, I hear the beat first, and then I have to like spin the block a couple of times, and then I start listening to the lyrics, and then now it makes sense as a whole to me. But I need to get out of that because the lyrics be powerful, but the beat gets you going.
yeah,
If that makes sense.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful marriage, and like there's certain songs that if I hear a certain rhythm, I know automatically that I'm gonna like it before I hear the lyrics. But as a writer myself, anytime that I hear new material, I'm always cognizant of what the lyrics represent.
Right, right. I mean, I get it. I get it. So if you had to choose between every song that you wrote, what would be the most meaningful song that you wrote
Ever, it would
ever?
definitely be it would be Release Me, and Release Me is on my first album called Bear, and Bear is on every single platform. It's called BARE. And Release Me talks more about the inner child and just how the inner child can sometimes be crying out, regardless of how old you get and whatever you overcome. There's some nights where you might just have a bad day or even a bad week or a bad month or a bad year. And then it's just kind of like your inner child is screaming at you and they want to be released and they want to be reconnected to where you are now. You know what I'm saying? To kind of ease whatever is going on, whether it be the anxiety, PTSD, depression. I mean, we live in a time where mental health is now finally being taken seriously.
Mhm.
And I feel like in our community, and when I mean our community, anybody who's brown and beautiful, like we've got to take those steps and recognize that mental health is a real thing. And I have my own personal battles when it comes to mental health. And so I wanted to to do a song that represented some of those struggles.
Nice. I love it. Wow, you know what? Not many people, talk about those issues, especially with, singing and rapping, in the music industry. That's different. I was going to ask you what's going to make you stand out, but I think that's what's really going to make you stand out from everybody else. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the vulnerability is key. And I've always kind of been that way as well. And what better way to be vulnerable than on a record?
Nice. So, what message would you like to send to your audience when through your music? What message are you trying to convey?
First off, I don't make music for the masses, which is kind of contradictory, if you will, because eventually I do want it to catch on to as many people as possible. But I really go in being myself. And so if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. You know, I'm not trying to fill anybody else's shoes but me.
I
I
like
don't,
that.
yeah, like I don't aspire to be something that has already existed or already exists.
Mhm.
I'm me, and I want to be full in my body and in my capabilities, and I want people to be able to ride the wave with me, like, and it's a cool ride. Like, come and chill with me. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna get into your next song, Dark Clouds. All right.
Okay.
Dark clouds, but wire in my space, barricades on the brain, my eyes on haze. Light pierced through my shallow pain, give me strength as I march on through these dark clouds, these dark. Feel like a black cloud's over me, like I'm losing my mind. The devil's take a hold of me. Is this how it's supposed to be? I spill my soul vocally, personally, emotionally. Life is a joke to me. Can't give it up cause it's people that are close to me. Maybe I'm the devil's angel, maybe God's chosen me. Would it really matter in the end? I'm where I'm supposed to be. So I keep my head high and I wear my heart hopefully. No offense to y'all, but this is how my life molded me. Now the kid's hot, get you burned to the 3rd degree. Never giving up, never let it take control of me. Life's a bitch, and it's death trying to flirt with me. Everywhere I go, man, there's people throwing dirt on me. But I just brought a weed, planting smoke till I can barely see.
Okay, so tell me your vision behind that story. What is the story behind Dark Clouds?
So, Dark Clouds, little disclaimer, that's actually a song that I did with a group that I was with called Sons of Steel. So shout out to Rude Boy, aka Black Samson, and Miles, man in sync with everything. So it was the three of us, SOS, and that was the first song that we recorded together. And in Pittsburgh, we only get like 60 days of sun a year, statistically. And so when you go, like if you're used to an environment where you have sun and you're feeling the rays and good vibes and good times, and you go to a city to where it's Gotham, like literally Gotham. And just like we were just tired of all of the dark clouds. And then there is a racism there that is not so subtle. And so you're dealing with that. You're dealing with the economy not being the best, even though they say that it's the most affordable city to live in. It's only affordable to a certain demographic of people. And so being in the trenches and being in the mud, it was one of those things where we just like, we got to get this off our chest. And it was around the time that we recorded that getting stuff off your chest wasn't popular. People was talking about Uchi Wally Wally and Bang Banging, you know what I'm saying? And we wanted to be more on a tip of like, we got to get this out because there's only mental health at that time really wasn't spoken about. And so we just wanted to be vulnerable on that record. And like, it's a killer record, stunning record. And I'm extremely proud of it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So how do you stay motivated and inspired to keep writing these hit songs and bringing more awareness to mental health? How do you stay inspired?
Woo. How do I stay inspired? To be honest, it keeps me sane. And it keeps me from not going insane and eating some medication or going upside a lot of people's heads. Like,
Oh man, that's the least.
I mean, I'm being real. Like, some people need to drink. You know what I'm saying? Some people need to smoke a little something. I need to listen to some music, write, and be creative. That's my way of being able to not turn the other cheek, if you will.
Right.
So yeah, I hope I answered your question. I think I did.
Yeah. So how?
Yeah.
I mean, you said mental health has played a part in your music journey. How has it shaped you as an artist?
Ooh. It's shaped me for being able to be accountable and always wanting to grow, because fads can come and go. But what I notice is that legends who make it and who are able to sustain long lasting careers, it's because they're in a state of being humble. They know what that recognize, like they can recognize that state of being and understanding what grace is and giving self grace and creating a lane and sticking to it, but still being able to ride with the times. So by studying people who I consider legends, um, I feel like that'll give me a bit of a leg up because I'm really not trying to make a quick dollar. Like it'll be the goal is to be able to survive and live off of my music and my creativity. But if the universe chooses that I'm a thousandaire, I'll take it.
Well, that's right. I'm with you on that one. Yes.
Like,
Yes, I'm gonna take it.
period. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a roof over my head. I'm able to entertain people. I have fans and people who respect what I do and it resonates with them, then that's all that matters.
All that matters. If it's 100, it's 100. If it's 10, it's 10. It is what
Right.
it is.
Right. Now we gonna aim for the hundreds. Like that's yeah. We gonna
We gonna we're gonna get
couple
into
bucks.
your last song. I keep messing that name up, so I want you to pronounce
Enigma.
it. Yes, we're gonna get into that last song and
Enigma. Cool. That sounds good.
Get up out my face, use a waste of space. I call it like I see it, cause you a nigga on spades. Fuck up what you say, you gon' learn today. Cause you think I'm soft, don't mean I came to play. Like a child, I'ma smile all the while, steady plotting. Make you hate a little harder, cut you all that nonsense. You nauseous and sauceless, dying for thirst. Now you biting while you copping, man, you should be rehearsing. On guard, little peasant, have you searching for pheasants? With my smarts and my charms overloaded with blessings. Why you messy, why you shady, think you cooler than me? Then take that shit to the ring, cause I'm dying to see. I'ma hit you with that hoodoo, have you singing who knew? Said he got some blues clues, fuck you and your whole crew. And what the fuck you do? And if it's a fucking problem, I think that I can solve.
All right. So, what's the story behind that song?
Uh to be honest, I wanted to do a song about like people getting the wrong inflections of me. Like there's nice people out there, there's people who are, genuine and kind just because that's who they are. And it's looked at as a sign of weakness. And it's just a soft reminder, It's like, okay, I could be nice, I could be kind, but don't push me, don't press me. Because if you push me and you press me, you're gonna find out what it is and you're not gonna like it. I promise you. And if I'm not willing and if I'm not able to do it, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try it again. And then if I don't do it the second time, I'm gonna come back a third time and try to do it again. Like I'm a Cancer. So Cancers, we can be very vengeful when we need to. And so it was one of those things of just like, don't push me because just because I speak a certain way or I might walk different than a normal person that you've grown up with. That don't mean I don't know how to throw these hands or I don't know how to work at automatic or I don't know how to yield a machete or, just whatever. So it's basically like, shut the fuck up. Give me my space. Respect me as an entity, as a being, as somebody who has God in him or suffer the consequences.
Boom. I like that. Wow. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Facts. And I would prefer the before versus the after, but a lot of people didn't want to press people to those edges. And you just don't know what people know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I'm gonna hit you with that hoodoo. Have you singing who knew? Steady got some blues clues. Fuck you and your whole crew. Cause my spirit team is one of the most powerful spirit teams like ever. And like I said, if I'm not able to do it myself physically in this realm, I got people who's watching my back and who surrounds me that takes care of everything that I need. So a lot of times I don't even have to lift a finger.
I know that's
So
right. That's what you call a true support team. I
there
love
you
it.
go. That's it.
So if you had opportunity to collaborate with anybody, who would that be?
Hmm. Who would I want to collaborate with the most? Just one person? Because
Anybody.
there's okay, all right. So if I had an opportunity to, I would definitely Nas, Lauryn Hill, Frank Ocean, and Janet Jackson.
Nice. That's a nice mix. Wow. So I get Frank Ocean, and you said now I get Lauren Hill too, but
Hmm.
you said Janet Jackson. Why would you choose
Yeah.
Janet Jackson?
Oh, Janet's a pioneer. I mean, she's everything. I would love to establish a relationship with an engineer like she had with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Like just that family. They know each other, they know the sounds, they know what works, and they just go to work and they just create hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. Like I mean, she's a dynamic performer, beautiful soul, and just to be able to be in her presence. Like I honestly just want to know what perfume she wears. Like just be next to her, be like, "Oh, that's Janet. That's how you smell. I got
All
you."
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be dope. That would be dope. And I've always loved her. I've always loved her and that story of her and her brother and just everything that they went through in order to make it to where they are. And the fact that the industry tried to blackball her at one point and she's still standing firm in who she is. Like, that's powerful.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, they tried to get her at one point.
Hmm. But that's what they do to all legends. All legends they try to make fall, and she didn't fall. She just found another avenue and another lane.
You're right. But
It's
hey,
brilliant.
that to tell you that she was serious about her craft too. That said she was
Absolutely,
serious about it. Nobody was gonna take that away from her. But hey.
absolutely.
So if
Yeah.
you can go back and change one thing in your journey as an artist, what would it be?
Mm. If I could go back and change one thing, it would be. Mm, you got me on that, Nick. For real. For real. What would I change? What would I change? What would I change? I would change, like, okay, rather than doing music in Pittsburgh in the beginning, I would have done it somewhere else.
Hmm.
Because it back then it was a very crabs in a bucket kind of thing versus what really got me interested. Like in New York, everybody worked with each other. There was a family dynamic there. There was a unit. Like even though you had your artists from Brooklyn here, you had your artists from Harlem here. You know what I mean? Like they all came together at some point as a city for real and created something magical. And that's something I've always wanted to be a part of. Like there's enough money, enough people, for us to all make it. You know what I'm saying? And in Pittsburgh, it was one of those things where it's just like the hate was real. And I mean, yeah, you're gonna get hate, but it was just, yo, I'd much rather collab than the beef. Like if I
Exactly.
want, I mean, I'm just saying, if I want beef, I can go to any restaurant and get beef. Like
Exactly.
I'm
And
kind of
people
over it
people
for
don't
real.
get it though. They don't get it. They want it all for themselves. They don't think that we can win together. They just want it for themselves, and they don't want nobody else
Yeah.
to have it. They don't want nobody else to do better than them. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't.
I mean, I don't either because it's shit. We supposed to be abundant and prosper. So in order for us to get that abundance and to prosper, we've got to be able to come together some way, shape, or form. It don't got to be kumbaya because that's fake, and we don't do the fake shit. But at the same time, having reverence in what other people's gifts are and what they bring to the table, yeah, do that. Because not everybody's meant to be an artist. There's some people who are meant to be carpenters. Well, then, build the hell out of them houses. But rather than giving them to a certain demographic, build them for us. If you
Exactly.
slinging weight, cool. Then find a way to utilize that money to help your community in some way, shape, or form. Funnel it. Like, I'm not condoning it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying there's ways for us to be able to work in a way where we don't got to be on a low spectrum
Exactly.
anymore, and then like a small percentage of people at the top. Nah, we can all eat.
Exactly. They don't get
Period.
it. They don't get it. Whew. But that's just the way of the world. That's just the way of the world. And sometimes I just think it's not. It's never gonna change. It's not.
Unfortunately, and I mean, you got certain demographics of people who are starting to get it, but and it's not that it's too late, but it's one of those things where once we start taking accountability and ownership and being able to be like, "Yo, my bad," rather
Hmm.
than practicing the art of deflection, which has become the main go-to, it seems like, for a lot of people. Now, mind you, I'm speaking generally because I can't speak about every individual because I don't know everybody individually. But what I've seen collectively is always, no, that's you. That ain't me. That's you. No, it's you.
It's you.
It's you. You know what I mean? Like, if your breath is funky, you know your breath is funky. You can smell it.
Exactly.
So, and there's a whole aisle in everywhere that you go to deal with your oral health. So what's the excuse? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
shower every day. It's okay. Now, if you miss one day or two, that's fine, but shower.
Exactly. Accountability. Accountability is everything in people's whole
Accountability.
life.
Accountability. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. I don't know. I don't know. I can kind of go on tangents and stuff like that. That's probably my ADHD. But all in all, there are ways for us to be able to finesse and to win.
Exactly.
All of us.
All
We
of
just
us.
got to do it.
Exactly. Well, we're down to our last question. If
All
you
right.
can give some advice to the music artists that are trying to get started, what would that advice be?
Never be afraid to aim higher than you think that you can go. And even if you're not where you think that you are supposed to be, eventually you'll get there.
Eventually. So this is what I like to call the 30 seconds of fame. I'm gonna do a countdown, and when we come back, you're gonna be on the stage, and I want you to tell everybody where to find your music, how they can follow your journey, anything that you want them to know about what's coming up. So after the countdown, the stage is yours.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, Romeo, let's get it. I'm pulled up in the club. What we drinking? I'm about to cut a rug. No two stepping. Do you ever plug? We straight talking and no need to fuss. Cause we the shit here. Walking like who the fuck? Once you show my rhythm, they know what's up. Get in messy room so I can cut it up. I'm about to tear this fucker up. Cause the party don't start till I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk. Until I walk, until I walk. And now the party don't start till I walk in. And now the party don't start till I walk in. And now the party don't start till I walk. Until I walk, until I walk. Nobody flip it, spin it, move it, dip it.
Yo, what's going on? It's Romeo Harp. You can catch me on all platforms. Romeo Harp, TikTok, Real Romeo Harp Music. I just released Bear as well as Bear Deluxe. So there's 22 songs out there that you could definitely go and check it out. I am going to be having a mixtape coming out in the next couple of months. I've also just signed with Winning Entertainment. Shout out Winning Entertainment. So I'm definitely going to be performing in places like Estonia, Raleigh, Fayetteville, Charlotte. Also going to be doing some stuff in Atlanta as well. Connect with me, follow me, www.romeoharp.com. It's been an absolute honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for the time. Peace.
Thank you so much. Let me run that information. So is this still some information that can have TikTok? I see TikTok, YouTube, the real Romeo Harp on all of
Yes.
them?
No.
Okay.
So on YouTube, it's the real Romeo Harp. On TikTok, it's Romeo Harp Music. And on Spotify, it's Romeo Harp.
Got you. Well, thank you so much for taking out your time to come chat with me. If there's any music that you want me to highlight, definitely send me that music so I can put it in. I do music promos every single Saturday. So if you
All
would
right.
like me to run your music, send me anything that you have and I will highlight you on a Saturday.
Awesome. Cool. I look forward to being highlighted. That's dope.
You're welcome. And thank you so much, like I said, for your time and coming on. And I wish you the best. And I know you're going to be successful. Just with your mindset, I know you're going to be successful.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Nikki, it was an
You,
absolute pleasure.
you're welcome. And thank you so much to everyone else out there that's been tuning into this amazing episode with Romeo Harp. Make sure that you follow him on every platform, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, anywhere that you can stream his music so we can bring more awareness to his music. I love what he's doing. I love the fact that he's highlighting mental health within his music. And I love it. So make sure that you follow his journey and keep in touch. He has a lot coming on in the next few months. In North Carolina, he's going to be performing. So make sure you stay intact with what he has going on. So until next time, remember that your voice matters and continue to speak out and break the silence. Later. Thank you for joining me in another episode of Breaking the Silence. I hope that you have enjoyed our conversation today and it has inspired you to think deeper, speak louder, and take action. Remember, every voice matters, and together we can create a world where we all win and no one feels unheard. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Stay connected with me on social media for updates and more powerful stories. So until next time, keep breaking the silence and making a difference.